Hello, I'm Kyle Markwalter, and welcome to Film Bite. Today I'm bringing you a review of the 1984 film, Wheels on Meals. Wheels on Meals is a 1984 film from Hong Kong. It was made by the Golden Harvest Company. It was directed by Sammo Hung and stars Hung, Jackie Chan, and Yuen Biao as the three main characters. Wheels on Meals is a funny sounding name for a movie, and in fact it makes sense that it's funny sounding because it wasn't originally meant to be called Wheels on Meals. It was meant to be called Meals on Wheels, but the production company Golden Harvest had two major flops with movies that began with M, so they rearranged the title. Now Golden Harvest is a very important production company in Hong Kong cinema history. It has given us not only Jackie Chan as one of its major stars, but also Bruce Lee, and has been a pipeline for Chinese actors looking for exposure in the US. Now this movie follows Thomas, played by Chan, and his cousin David, played by Biao, who operate a food truck in Barcelona, Spain. Parallel to that is a buddy of theirs, Moby, who is a recently promoted private investigator, private detective, who is given kind of the chance of a lifetime. A kind of mysterious, well-dressed, wealthy man comes and tells him that he needs to find a child, but the child is no longer a child. 20 years have passed, and so she'll be a young adult now, but he needs to find her and find her quickly, because there's another group of people, a group of thugs who have been sent to find her as well. This private detective, Moby, played by Hung, who is also the director of the film, ends up teaming up with Chan and Biao's characters to find this child, who is now an adult, Sylvia, played by Lola Forner, and they eventually find her. But part of the story is, well, what is this other group of people who are searching for her, and why is this mysterious, well-dressed man looking for this woman in the first place? Now this film, like a lot of Jackie Chan films out of Hong Kong, is highly entertaining, but it is a little light on plot. It spends a lot of time spinning its wheels with some comedy dialogue or just situations that are not particularly plot relevant, and also lose their entertainment value as they drag on a little bit longer than they really should. But the chemistry of Hung, Chan, and Biao, who have worked together on films before, they knew each other from the Peking Opera School. Their chemistry together is just amazing. They are entertaining to watch, and the story ends up building to a really amazing conclusion, a really amazing set of martial arts sort of set pieces. Famously, one of the final fights is against the martial arts expert, kickboxer, karate expert, Benny Urquidez, and Jackie Chan's and Urquidez's fight at the very end is out of this world. Chan actually has described it as his best fight, and it is incredible to watch. Even if you don't enjoy most of the other film, that like 5-minute chunk when those two are going at it together, the choreography, the speed, the fight chemistry between the two is like, it's tangible as you're watching the film. There are other good comedic fight pieces in there as well, but it doesn't have quite the same sort of energy and joy as something like Project A or Super Cop. If you've not seen either of those, I would actually go out right away and watch those movies. Or the sort of like iconic just characterization of something like Drunken Master. Yes, the movie is light on plot, and it's also a little lighter on character than some of the other great Jackie Chan films. Sure, Jackie Chan films are often simplified in terms of their ideological dynamics between good and bad. The good characters are always really obvious. The bad characters are always really obvious. And this film has that, but even with that understanding that this is how Jackie Chan films often are, that's actually borrowed from a lot of his silent film icons like Buster Keaton. That even with that in mind, the characters in this film are flatter than some of his other characters from the similar period of time. But it is a highly entertaining film. Hung does a really good job of letting his camera catch the action without needing to edit too much, which is, one of the benefits of working with someone as an expert as Jackie Chan. And generally the pacing is pretty good outside of those scenes that drag on because of the dialogue, the comedy dialogue, a little too long. And the action set pieces are really solid. Barcelona, where they chose to film it, is featured pretty prominently. They actually needed to kind of move outside of filming in Hong Kong because the actors were were so popular at the time, it was actually hard for them to film in the streets and things without drawing too much attention. They went to Barcelona and were given a lot of freedom to do things in the streets that actually create a lot of excitement in some of the chases and things. There was actually a surprisingly good car chase scene through Barcelona that at first I was like, okay, man, this isn't going to last super long because, you know, Barcelona's an old city. How much of the city can they actually use? And it goes on for quite a long amount of time with some really great stunt work involved as well. While it's definitely not one of Chan's greatest films, definitely sections of it are worth just lifting up in his canon, and as a film is worth a catch if you really do like reaching back and finding some of those great Jackie Chan films from the 1980s. I would give it 3 out of 5 bites and would encourage you after you watch it to go find a few of his other films from the early mid 80s, early 90s that don't really get too much attention here in the US and are often overshadowed by his English language films. Once again, I'm Kyle Markwalter for Film Bite. Please make sure you subscribe to my channel, check out my other videos, and I'll see you again next time on Film Bite.